So these two art are specifically for Fire Emblem Heroes, right? Again, I'm not super familiar with this particular game. So one is going to be my May Bundle of Energy. This is the character right here. This is the illustration of her. And this is going to be the other one. This is going to be Tiki Beachside Scion. So apparently these two characters are being drawn by the same artist, is it? Because they have to... Nintendo has to remove these two art from the game. They have to replace them. Right now you can see, for operational purposes, we will be making the following changes relating to in-game content. They will basically change the illustration of these two characters. The summoning event schedule will be cancelled. Whoa, they're just cancelling an event? Special Heroes Revival Sketchy Summer. Sketchy Summer 4-star SH will be cancelled. We appreciate your understanding and hope you continue to play Fire Emblem Heroes. So why did this happen? So what is happening, right? Apparently, it is in response to sexual predator. So how did it come to this? So last month, there was an artist called Gau. So the artist called Gau was allegedly admitted to having sexual relationship with a minor. Oh my god. Okay. So I did not know about this. Gau Papa, the illustrator behind Yuki Sakuna, admitted. It's not even an allegation. He admits that he grew minors and made doujin based on real life events. Okay, so here are the... Apparently this artist is 40 years old and was statutory raping 14-year-old. Married with a wife and has kids. 14 years old, didn't even know that this 40-year-old was married. He claims to have only laid hands on another underage girl. But he didn't do it to other adult, it's only like another underage girl. So he admitted that, which is wow. So did the police know about this, right? I'm a bit confused, right? I'm guessing he got fired from Nintendo. I'm not sure, right? But this is going to be... You see, even Nintendo, like whoever that's in charge of Fire Emblem Heroes. So these two characters are apparently drawn by him. Alright? So that's going to be what it is. It seems as a result of the fallout, Nintendo and intelligence systems have to do something unprecedented in the 8.5 years of service. They have to change the character's art and outright cancel a banner. So even this particular banner, I'm not sure which one is that in particular, right? It's a little shocking thanks to how old these characters are and the reasons why their hands were forced. I was generally expecting them to just scrub his name. Yeah, I can see why you sort of have to do that, right, in a way. So you have to definitely change that. There was a similar unpersoning done with the game, though this was more in line with the console title decisions. Back when Fire Emblem Three Houses was releasing, the voicemail of Byleth, Christopher Niosi, was exposed for domestic abuse and breaking NDA. This resulted in all his lines completely being replaced in both Three Houses and Heroes with Zack Aguilar. But even then, they never had to do it with art before. Have Gau done art for your gacha before? Is his art being changed in light of his misconduct? So I have no idea what happened to this particular artist for now, the Gau Papa, alright? But right now, this particular one, a Sketchy Summer, couldn't have been a much more appropriate name. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, man. I don't think I'm familiar with this particular artist specifically. First time I'm hearing of this particular name as well, right? Fire Emblem Heroes will be destroyed. No, if they are removing this, that means that they think it's worth saving, right? Because they are trying to like save it in that particular manner, right? That kind of thing happened to Colorful Stage before, which is a rhythm gacha. Oh yeah, I remember there was one thing about this. A composer got their tracks deleted for some reason. Oh yeah, I remember this particular one. This was like last year, right? There was something happened. One of the composer came out and admit that he abused, is it? Mainly one of the members, Pusu, attempted a murder suicide with underage girl that he was staying with him. Okay, then that's like a way different thing, right? But still, it is going to be quite bad as well. So there was that thing that happened somewhere last year, I believe. I think it's last year, or was it like 2 years ago? I did make a video about this as well, but I couldn't remember the details about it. But it was specifically for a rhythm game. That one wasn't an artist. I mean, it's still an artist, right? Like, if you are an artist in terms of music in this particular case rather than art, right? But yeah, it was the artist, the songs was being used in this rhythm game. They have to remove it specifically. So that one was quite, I don't know, I feel like it's, I've seen like those, you know, like those Osu, like professional Osu esports, like they try to record and try to get like what is that? They try to get like a world record, right? Imagine you spend like 3 to 4 years trying to get a world record of that particular song, right? Just like 1 or 2 songs, and then that song get removed because the artist of that song did something bad. And then now your world record of that 4 years of you practicing in that song, doesn't it go to waste? I've seen a lot of artists, a lot of Osu streamer and also YouTuber, they try to practice like to try to get a world record. I don't know what's the, is there any reason for that other than just for your own satisfaction or maybe a little bit of fame, right? But deserve for being an Osu player, your points will decrease. Yeah, like what happens, right, if the songs are just removed? But I've definitely seen that happen before, right? Like especially for the players that try to go all in 1 or 2 songs, right? One of the appeals of Fire Emblem Heroes is that the guest artists, so this makes sense, good riddance. Oh, so this was a guest artist. So they don't really specifically work for the company. So I'm guessing they are like a third party, or they are hired for one particular project or just to draw for specific ones. That can be very interesting. So in that particular case, would that be better though? I can see how they can be better or can be worse. So imagine if you hire somebody for your company and every one art is drawn by that one person, and that person actually did a scandal or something, and then now you have to like replace everything. Yeah, so that can be too much as well, right? So things like this can definitely affect either one of it, right? Both can be quite bad depending on how you want to look at it. This has never happened before in Fire Emblem Hero. The entire banner was cancelled. I wonder who they'll ask to do the new art. Of course he draws Tiki, lol. I'm not gonna lie, these two are pretty good art actually. If you look at it, I don't think it's that bad. Although this particular that thing at the waist is supposed to resemble what is that? The floating thing for the water, right? I guess it's quite creative, quite new, quite different. But yeah, that's just how it is, right? Hopefully Nintendo can find a new artist to replace the old ones.